Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name's Bobby Waldron and this is the Genesis Models show, 1st of May 2015, Mig-21 week. Now, what's all this Mig-21 week about and the 1st of May show and all this kind of stuff? Well, plain and simply, I've decided to make some changes to Genesis Models, the format, the way we do things, you know, how we release the videos and all sorts of things. So basically we're going to go from what I've used to do, which was beginning of every month I'd do a big monthly show, but I find that doing it on a monthly basis that I sort of miss things out, and not only that, I used to go off and I med the videos and I med them in advance. You know, I could literally have maybe 2 months worth of video footage and I'd then release it on a fortnightly basis. But I do find that that system, although has been good, it sort of puts things not into real time. So when I come round to doing the big monthly show and talk about, say for example, the Mig-21, you know, I mean, I was working on that Mig-21 2 months ago, building it, so it's not fresh in my head, it's not up to date, it's not real time, and what I'm showing you is is stuff that I've already done. So it just kind of doing this weekly system, and what I'm going to be doing is like a week on this model, week on that model. It sort of brings things more real time. So just to let you know nice and simply, an example, it's Mig-21 week this week. So basically what I've done is I've spent all week, basically I've been messing around with inbox reviews, and it's been just me focusing on Mig-21. And what's going to happen this Friday, the 1st, is I've released, I do believe it is episode 19 of the Mig-21. That's what I've concentrated on. So next week it's going to be, I do believe it's going to be F15 week. So next week I'm going to be working on F15, and then whatever episodes I make, which could be 1 to however many episodes, those will be released on the Friday with the weekly Friday show. And this way, as I say, we sort of we work on that particular model and it's all just nice and real time. So hopefully you're liking the changes of getting a show every week rather than once a month, as well as we're going to be focusing on that week on that video build. And you'll probably get maybe 1 to 3 sort of episodes depending each week on whatever category it's going to be. Also the HMS Victory, that's also going to get its own particular week as well, although we're going to be showing you a bit of the HMS Victory in this show. That's also going to get its own week. So it's like now it's Mig-21 week, then it'll be F15, then it'll be M4, and then it'll be HMS Victory, and then we'll loop back around again. I'd like to get some feedback off you from this, getting a weekly show and sort of doing that format. Maybe you've got some more questions and answers you want doing for that. So, in the news section where I'm going to be posting this, just whack your feedback in there. Also, what I also want to do is in these weekly shows, I want you guys to start posting on the forum some questions and answers. So in that news section where you've got competitions, the news, and suggestions, general chat, that kind of thing, I'm going to be putting a new topic in there, questions and answers for the show. So in there, whack any kind of questions you want me to answer in the actual weekly show that we're going to be doing now here at Genesis Models. So you can ask me anything personal, anything about modeling, certain problems you're having, and I can go off, talk about it, and even show you here on the workbench, and get those questions and answers done for you. So hopefully you're gonna like that. So it's Mig-21 week. I have put up on the website our Mig-21 episode 19 for you, which is just here, and just to kind of talk you through exactly what's to come in that episode. Well, as you can see, you know, this Mig-21 is basically finished now, and this is where we sort of get into is we do concentrate on starting to glue on, you know, all these bits of landing gear, and getting them nice and straight and everything, but really we focus on in this episode is the final post shading. I like to do a final post shading where we go off and we really thin down some black and make it mega weak, mega transparent. So, you know, literally you spray on there and you just get this light transparent tinge of black on there, and it just kind of gives it that last post shading. So for example, you know, we go in to detail using masking tape and everything on how to sort of bring out our flaps, to bring out sort of like the engine section a little bit more, to knock back bits that you don't like, to add little bits. We do some sort of bits of streaking and stuff, and all sorts to do. We really sort of go to town on that last stage of post shading. So you know, that should be good for you guys who want to sort of get along with your air brushing. So that's episode 19 going up there. Next up is what kits I actually brought this month, this week, because you know, this is a cool thing as well to do in the whole weekly thing is the amount of times I've brought something the beginning of the month and I'm like, oh yeah, I've got to show that in the show, but by the time the end of the month comes, when I come to do the show, it's just like, you know, I've brought something else I've got to fit into the show, and then it's just, you know, I haven't got the time or the space to put it in the show, so that it ends up not actually getting showed to you guys, which is you know, is rather a shame, because there is so many little things here and there that I would have loved to show you. So I'm just going to show you now what I got from Hanance, a nice little delivery. So here is the kits that I've had come in the post. Any of these kits that you maybe want me to do an inbox review of, just, you know, throw in the feedback, questions and answers, and I'll do my best to do an inbox review of them. First up, you know, Edards, they have their Focke-Wulf 190A8R2. This is a really cool kit, you know, with that really cool next generation surface and everything, 1/48 scale. Wouldn't mind building it, you know, I wouldn't mind building everything actually. We have Hobby Bosses 262. This is also a pretty cool aircraft. I did see the Tamiya version, and that is good, but I mean, this does actually look really good as well. I mean, there's lots of sort of internal detail going on in there that you potentially don't even need, which is rather cool. 1/48 scale, that one is. Got some armored vehicles coming as well. We have a new release by Academy. It is the 1/35 scale T-3485. This one looks really cool as well. I mean, the way the tracks are done though, I'm not sort of about them, but I mean, you know, you want to see an inbox review of that, let me know, because it is rather a cool kit. Also Bronco models, you know, A13 Mark II cruiser tank. This is actually quite a cool kit, and it's the first time I've brought a Bronco models kit as well. I've heard that they're quite good at doing armoured vehicles, and actually looking inside here, it does look really top notch for armoured vehicles. Maybe a little bit expensive, but really does look rather cool, and you know, I'll probably have an inbox review of that for next week if you're interested. Also what came was a kit I have been waiting for a long time, and that is Airfix's 1/48 scale Hawker Hurricane Mark I. This is a brand new tool by Airfix, the first release of it. They have got a sort of like a diorama thing that's coming out soon-ish, which is of the Hurricane, but you got ground crew and all sorts of bits of equipment around it. This kit itself, I mean, you can have guns on display and everything, which is rather cool. but that was supposed to be released April, but then I've looked on the actual Airfix website, and it sounds like it's going to be something like June that's going to be released now, which is a shame. But there you go, we've still got this kit, and really a fantastic kit, so much so that this is our inbox review for this week. So without further ado, let's have a really closer look at this. Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name's Bobby Waldron, and in this video we're going to be having a inbox review of Airfix's 1/48 scale Hawker Hurricane Mark 1. Now this is a kit that I have been waiting for. As soon as I knew that Airfix was doing this kit as a new tool, I really have been waiting to get my hands on it. As you can see, box art looks rather lovely. A little bit of a collision there with 109. As you can see, we've got two markings that are going on there. A bit of sort of pictures just showing you a few features on this, and again those two markings there. Now the packaging, I've already gone through this and everything, but the packaging is rather good quality, you know, pretty much separately bagged, a lot of it but not all of it. And just to get started, right, we will jump into the instructions. Now this is April 2015, and this kit was released April 2015, and it is a brand new tool. Remember, brand new tool, so you know we're all good now. Airfix instructions that come with this kit, you know, this is sort of like the new style of instructions that are coming out from Airfix. Hopefully, as you can see, we have different colors going on here. You know, Edard made those absolutely fantastic instructions where everything's colored, showing you what glues to what, you know, and Airfix has now picked up on it. Now, you know, we basically with instructions, you know, it's a typical sort of, well, it's sort of a typical build. You do sort of make this whole framework first, and then you glue the cockpit to our lower wing section, and then we bring our top wing section together, which we can cut out and have all these lovely MGs on show if you so wish. So that's a really good option there. And then you bring the fuselage half together and put that on top of the cockpit wing section part. So actually it is quite different actually. So a normal World War II type aircraft, flaps up or down, rather cool option there. I think there's two types of propellers you can put on as well, landing gear up and down, and then we've got two sets of markings, which is of the I do believe it's earth brown and dark green, which is a sort of like a nice Battle of Britain sort of camo scheme going on there, and we've got two of them. Decals with this kit, doesn't say who they're printed by. I know Airfix, they do get a lot of their decals now from Cartographer, but it doesn't say anything on there. But to be honest with you, they do kind of look and feel like Cartographer. I do believe we can sort of read the writing. It's got like a nice satin finish. You know, the colours are nice, it's nicely in registry. We do get an instrument display panel if we so wish as a decal, which is rather cool. So you know, decals are looking rather good there. Right, let's get started with the actual sprues. Right, first sprue here we have the top wing section, so let's have a nice look at this. Just zoom out a little bit more. Hopefully you've just seen what we've got here is we've got our recessed panel lines going on. I'm not seeing any recessed rivets on this one though. We do have like raised rivets going on, but actually, I mean, the recessed panel lines, they are very crisp, very sharp. They'll definitely take a wash. Possibly they are maybe out of scale a bit. I don't know, they feel like they might be a little bit too big, but you know, they are still really good, and actually it is quite a typical surface detail that you get from the latest Airfix kits. We just have the underside of the wing section here. Again, same kind of surface detail. Still not seeing any rivets, but to be honest with you, I mean, if you could go off, put that time in and actually do a load of your own rivets, I mean, that would look absolutely smashing. We've got sort of like some bulkhead detail going on just here as well. They're going to look quite good because that's going to show off all your MGs and your landing gear. Yes, we do have some rivets just here by our wheel well door. Right, let's turn that over, see if we've got any. Oh yeah, we've got some nasty ejector pin marks just in there. Hopefully, as you're just seeing, absolutely mahoosive. But then actually I think, oh, that's quite nice. Actually no, I think this is for landing gear down, I'm just guessing. And then this one is for when you have the landing gear up. And the ejector pin marks in there is where basically the main part of the landing gear leg's going to be. So they're going to be covered up. So actually that's not too bad. So don't need to worry about that. Moving along, we have our screw just here, which is all our sort of little bits and bobs, and you know, the pieces. I mean, it's a brand new tool, so we've got no flash going on here. You know, it is, as I say, quite nice, neat. You don't, the surface of the plastic does feel nice and smooth. It's not rough. There's no need to do any sort of like sanding down. We've got our pilot just here as well. Hopefully, as you can see, you know, for out of the box is rather nicely crisp and all good to go. We do have our panels here, which is for the MG side of things. If you want to sort of like cut the panels open, you do get the pieces for those panels, which is rather good. But you know, we've got some really nasty ejector pin marks in there. So yeah, I mean, if you're going to sort of do that option, those ejector pin marks are going to be hard to get rid of. But you can always just get away with sort of laying them down face up. So you know, you could get around it that way. Cockpit detail, you know, it's okay. It's not like you know, it's not brilliant. I mean, for out of the box, it's just okay. I mean, you're probably going to want to go off and get, well, close the canopy, put the pilot in, or go off, get photo etch, that kind of thing, which I'm pretty sure, you know, Edard's probably going to get on that at some point soon. Then we have our fuselage section. Now the fuselage section, you know, is, you know, surface detail is just like all the rest of the kit, but we do have, which is rather good actually, we do have this sort of fabric material, sort of lumpy bits going on, which is all part of showing sort of like the ribs of the aircraft, the wooden framework that's going on in there. Hopefully I'm just picking that up on camera. You know, so that's a nice to see they've got that. Looks quite nice. Maybe it's a little bit too sort of faded, maybe for my liking. I think it maybe should be a little bit more pronounced than that, but you know, it's still good for out of the box and looking rather nice and crisp. We do have, this is probably an indication of what is to come. It looks like we do have a piece here, piece 2, which is going to be for the arrestor hook for probably the Royal Navy version, an aircraft carrier type. So it's nice to see that. We probably are going to be seeing, definitely going to be seeing different types coming out. So that is all the plastic parts, apart from the canopy section. Okay. So let's have a look at the canopy, and the canopy does look rather good. I'm always quite worried with the canopies from Airfix, but looking at this, it is looking very nice, very shiny, hopefully, as you're seeing there. And yeah, I'm not seeing any kind of nasty spidering, because you can get that from Airfix quite a lot. Actually, these canopies are actually really good. I'm glad to see that they haven't messed it up at the canopy, so well done Airfix. So this kit's all in all, I mean, the kit costs £16.99, which is actually a really fantastic, nice, cheap price for a brand spanking new tooled Hurricane Mark 1. You can't really beat it. I have seen the Atelier, and you know what, the Atelier one isn't as good as this one as far as I'm concerned. If it goes together like, say, Airfix's new releases that they've been doing, like the Sea Fire and everything, this should be an absolutely cracking kit. I know Hasegawa, they do their version, and I think it is a bit, it's more expensive, and it's I haven't really seen one, so I can't really comment there, but this is looking very nice, and I really wouldn't mind building this one myself. So hopefully, you know, you've enjoyed this inbox review, and hopefully, you know, you're going to go out and buy one of these, because it is a favourite aircraft of mine, as well as it being a nice new tool by Airfix, and it's really looking good. And you know, if I get the opportunity to do this as some sort of a video build, I most likely will. So until next time, I hope you've enjoyed. My name is Bobby Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed Airfix's Hurricane Mark 1 there. It's definitely a build that I'm seriously thinking about doing as one of our next step-by-steps, or maybe even rapid video builds. Now, as you can see, you got to see the whole of that inbox review in this show, and it's something I can do now I'm doing the show on a weekly basis, is show you the whole thing. And just remember, I'm still going to be going off and, you know, doing it as a solo as well, because I mean, the last thing you want to do is like, oh, what was that inbox review in whatever month show or week show, and you know, you try and find it. It's always good to have these things put into a solo video so that you can just go directly to it, you know where it is. It just makes it easier to find the kits you want to see as an inbox review. So that'll go up also this Friday as a solo. So next up, right, is the competitions. Now the competitions, they've had a little bit of a change as well. The way it's going to work now is the first Friday, you know, because each of these weekly shows is going to be released on a Friday, so it's going to be the first Friday of the month where I announce the competition winner, and it's going to be the second Friday of the beginning of the month where I announce what's going to be the next competition prize. So last month I announced the Kitty Hawks 148 scale gripping as our competition prize, and also in here was a bunch of Mig-21 goodies, photo etch resin, that sort of stuff that I've had left over from Mig-21 that I didn't use, or something like that. That's going to be in here. So after doing the usual random number generation program and running down the thread, I came to David Chu. So congratulations to you, David Chu. You are March's winner of the Kitty Hawks 148 scale gripping. And as I say, next week, next Friday, I'll be announcing what's going to be the next competition prize. So next up we have HMS Victory. Now, as I say, because we're just doing this change over here, I did work on HMS Victory as well this week, but HMS Victory will have its own week where we just work on the Victory. Now with the Victory, I really sort of went to town with the launch. I mean, we've now got it, as you can see, all sprayed. We've sealed it in with a gloss coat, and we've really sort of kind of went to town with sort of carving and making stuff. I mean, it really is a long episode on spraying, you know, cutting up the different planks to fit properly and look good. We're bending all sorts of brass bits here for our mast to go in and everything. The windlash as well, we've really sort of like had to craft that from a 3mm by 3mm piece of wood, and we've made this really cool little shape here. I actually stick it onto a Dremel and sort of sand it out that way, which was rather cool. So hopefully you're gonna like that. I think it was about a 45-minute episode that is going up for HMS Victory. Still having a slight problem with the postage on the next set of issues, and hopefully that's going to be resolved by time we come round to Victory Week. So fingers crossed, because actually, you know, we're going to be working on Victory itself quite a lot. I mean, the launch is basically finished now and out the way, so we can really just crack on with Victory. But there's loads of planking that's going to be going on there. So the next episodes, hopefully, it's going to be rather good, in the sense that we're really going to be concentrating on planking, because planking is a rather tricky task to do. It was, you know, sort of tricky on the launch, but when we get to the Victory, that is going to be really hard, because you've really got to bend it round and all sorts of stuff going on there. But hopefully I'll talk you through that nicely, and we'll get there with that. So next up is something I'd like to do, is sort of like model of the week, what I've picked out as what I think is, you know, the model of the week here at Genesis Models on the forum. So looking through the forum, I came to Barry VG's build of the Trumpeter 1/32 scale FA-18 Super Hornet, and you know, looking at these pictures, as you can see, you know, it is, you know, really good eye candy. I do believe it's the Diamondbacks scheme going on there, you know, so it really sort of livens it up. It's a nice show bird, the CAG plane, you know, so it's not over weathered, it's just weathered just right, you know, it's not a front light bird, you know, so it really does look really the part. So congratulations there, Barry VG, absolutely wonderful piece of work to show us on the forum. Also, a bit of a questions and answers. U2 Miller on the forum wanted to ask about chairs. Really, I mean, chairs are chairs, but what I've found is I've brought a lot of sort of like leather chairs in the past, with sort of like wooden, varnished arms, and I found that they just wear too easily, because really, I mean, with spraying, we've got all sorts of kind of solvents and thinners and paints going on here, and if it goes onto the leather, it just seems to just crack it so easily. The amount of leather chairs I've had, it just rips and cracks and everything, goes horrible pretty quickly. And with the varnished arms, I mean, they just chip and everything really easy as well. So this time I've gone to something that, you know, looks a bit, you know, cool, bit sort of like color coordinated, but I've gone for like fabric this time, because you know, as I say, it's just the leather stuff just seems to crack. The arms, they're made out of hard plastic, right, so you can't really scratch it really, so it's going to be nice hard wearing. And now I got this chair off eBay for about £50, right, so you know, it's not an overly priced thing, it feels comfy, you know, and you know, that's basically it, as long as it gets the job done. So hopefully that answers your little question there, U2 Miller. But sadly we've come to the end of the show. Now please remember, you know, give me your feedback on this whole weekly show thing going on each week, as well as, you know, turning the builds into, you know, the different weeks for the different builds, i.e. next week we're going to be doing F15. I'm just going to solidly work on F15. Got loads of sort of inbox reviews that you might want to request, as well as I've got another order coming in from Hanance, which has got some nice kits in there, which I'll probably show you next week. And you can let me know what you'd maybe want inbox reviews. So, you know, remember, feedback, and give me some questions and answers to go off and sort of, you know, just like I did with U2 Miller there, just kind of give a little sort of mini review sort of thing. So hopefully, you know, you've enjoyed this whole new format. So until next time, my name is Bob Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed.